Hi everyone, Sailor Neptune, Sailor SeaWorld, Michelle here, and today I'm going to talk about why Pgsm never was ever freed out. Now, some folks out there might wonder, they might say, well, Sailor Neptune, what is Pgsm? Pgsm, or Pretty Guardian Sailor Moon, or Pretty Keeper Sailor Moon, was the live Farseer show take on the drawing show on the books. Now, it ran starting from the end of 2003 YL till 2004 YL. It only had one following. They didn't have any other followings of it, so you never got to see how Sailor Moon R or S or Over S or Sailor Stars would have looked like in that world. And it was never freed out. TOEI never got a broadcast or a streaming deal with it at all. And no one, unless you have gone to sundriest websites and somehow gotten it, because no website has a broadcast or streaming deal with it. And I don't even think, to be honest with you, I don't even think, even in Dawnland, I don't think you couldn't even see it there. So you're going to have all these folks, they're going to use their NPN, whatever, they're going to work their tool, and they're going to shift, their reckoner to being in Dawnland, hope that they can get a stream, hoping that it's on some offshoot of Roku. I mean, some offshoot of Hulu or Netflix and Dawnland, and I'm here to tell you, I don't think it's going to be on that either. So it never got put into English or any other speech. It was never freed out. And any speech has been written into by folks who, because TOEI never freed it out for anyone. So it's been put into English by, followers of Sailor Moon. Now, Pgsm doesn't really seem to get the same onlook that the drawing show, the drawing film, or the book gets from Sailor Moon followers. A lot of them always like to say, that it doesn't stay trusted, that it's not entrusted to the Sailor Moon show or the Sailor Moon book the same way the drawing show wasn't. Yes, the drawing show took a lot of freedoms. It may have borrowed from the books in some way, but there was a lot of things that happened in a drawing show that didn't happen in the funny books. So yes, Pgsm, the live show, it does foster a lot of things from the book, but it takes a lot of freedoms, and it does things that neither the drawing show or even the books even did. So I'll tell you that I have watched it sundriest times in the past on many websites, and I'm watching it again. I like it. I think the sagas and tales are great. The show playing's wonderful. The filming and the writing is great too. I mean, it's self-driven. A show that's more driven about the selves instead of the saga and tale behind it. Now, a lot of folks out there who might say no big deal because we have over good doer films and shows being made all the time by Disney through Marvel or Warner Brothers Discovery through DC and whatever the fuck. Yeah, that'd be true. And through Hasbro. Now, a lot of folks out there will say, oh, well, it was just TOEI once again borrowing and fostering things from the Might Keepers and putting it in Sailor Moon. Well, Sailor Moon and the Might Keepers both got their start or offshooted or from Overteam, which was a TOEI show itself. Now, a lot of folks, don't like, Pgsm because it doesn't look the way they think the cells should look like, and some of them don't like it. I don't know why, but I always thought that Pgsm should have gotten Onlook from the Sailor Moon followership. And I'm going to go on a limb on a win here, and say that I think that TOEI should free it out for a streaming or broadcast deal, or at least free it out for Viz to put it into English. Wouldn't that be cool to see Pgsm, the live Farseer show, be put into English and other speeches around the world? Put your hand up, because I know everyone around the world would love that, you know. Now, a lot of folks out there are going to think that for whatever ground, sake or why, the TOEI business never ever wanted to get a broadcast or streaming deal outside of Dawnland with any Farseer folkwork business or any streaming website business. Why? Who knows? Now, a lot of folks, now I don't know why, but I like it. You know, it's a good show. And if you're not into reading what folks are saying, because keep in mind, it's all in Dawnish, and the only way you know what's being said is by reading it, because someone wrote it into English. And if you think that TOEI freed it out and wrote that shit, think again. These were written by followers of Sailor Moon, or at least folks that had at least had to write every single thing that was being said in all of those sagas, as well as the outstanding sagas that would come afterwards. A lot of folks gave it for, for Sailor Moon and Sailor Mercury and Sailor Mars and Sailor Jupiter being the way they are, but they also gave it for Sailor Venus, or for Mina, whatever you want to call her, from being a little unlike from her drawing film and funny book self. And at the end of the day, a lot of folks, don't like it, didn't like Luna being in it. They're like when Luna shapeshift from being a cat into a woman-like being, woman-like, and then became a sailor fighter. They felt that took away from the show, and they didn't like it. Now, at the end of the day, I could go through and I could give you my thoughts on every single following, but that would mean I'd have to watch them all over again and then give you my thoughts on it right after I watched it. And sadly, I didn't do that all those times that we were watching Pgsm in the past. So, if you like this film, then follow us over here at Sailor Moon for Life. And if you're new to us, hit that ringer and bind to know when the next upload, live stream, or short's been done. Sorry for that burp. And if you are a follower, don't forget to give this, thumb this up, share this, and playlist it. And don't forget to watch the film early this morning when Sailor Uranus, Sailor Skyroll, Amara made her film. Sailor Neptune, Sailor Cyril Michelle, and I'll see you later. Goodbye.